achieve. Because I do the things I should, between my brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow. That I will achieve, because I do the thing. That I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow. So whatever my mind can see, that I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow. That I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on, to reach the top somehow. I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow. I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow. I'll keep moving on.
Yes, my Straight Talk family. You hear that theme song, you know it's time for another edition of Straight Talk, and time for me to say good night. Good night to the entire Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Good night to the entire Eastern Caribbean region, and welcome to another edition of Straight Talk. I hail my Kittitian and Nevision diaspora, wherever you are on the World Wide Web. I know that some of you are logged on to zizonline.com. There are some of you in Africa, there's some of you in Asia, and there are a whole lot of you all over North America. And if you're joining me for the first time, I bid you welcome, and just to inform you that Straight Talk is a public service program that facilitates and promotes free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. On Straight Talk, we do have a forum to express yourselves freely. Let's, in the process, continue to keep St. Kitts and Nevis as one of the freest countries in the entire world. On this program, we try to raise the level of national consciousness. We try to raise the level of national discourse by alerting our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligation. My name is Ian Patches Liburd, and I give Almighty God thanks for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you in conversation on yet another occasion. And tonight again, I did promise you I'd have a guest, but we thought we should postpone until some other occasion, because there's so many things happening in the country, and things have been freed up, literally freed up, so to speak. And the carnival is ongoing, Calypso, eliminations have gone by, and you may have your own views on the Calypso, but one thing I can tell you is that I've seen the relaxation of the quarantine protocols, and that's a good sign, and people seem to be much happier now as we move into the Yuletide and Carnival season. So there are lots of things I know on your minds, and I'm sure there are lots of things you would like to speak about. And tonight will be my final program for the moment, on live, rather I should say, in studio. Yes, we'll continue for a few more programs until we break for the Carnival season or the Christmas season. So I thought I would give you an opportunity to weigh in pretty early without much tarrying. I would shorten any monologue, or perhaps present no monologue tonight. But I was down at Port Zante just on the weekend, and the ships have come back. And and guess what? A few weeks ago, taximan Christian made a plea to the authorities, and he seemed to have he seemed to have got what he expected, and that's good. I've been upon Timothy Hill, and I've seen the taxi drivers moving their passengers. I trust that the individual private taxi drivers are getting their fair share. But remember this, some weeks ago, when this taximan made this plea. Remember this? How many of us remember this?
Move the fence. People are hurting. Why are you blocking the industry? Only certain people are grabbing it. What about us who suffer for 20 months? We did nothing. Government, please. Open up. We hurt for a long time. We've been hurting. We're still hurting now. So open it up, full capacity. Move that fence tomorrow. Move that fence tomorrow.
Well, the fence have been moved. And Christian, perhaps you got what you requested. And we trust as well that things are much better for the taxi operators, our ambassadors I call them. And we trust as well for the small people, the craft vendors as well. I've seen them, and I hope I've seen the hair braiders. I walked through Port Zante this morning and saw the hair braiders. Trust too. They are getting their fair share.
Patches, good night.
Good night, my dear.
The cruise ship them come in, and I like to know who are supposed to benefit from the cruise ship. Because I ain't benefit nothing. I have me load of things, craft and things them here to sell, and I can't get nothing to sell.
And I'm sure by now that has changed. Perhaps that's the perception I have. If you have another perception, you tell me. But I'm going to open the lines and perhaps let's discuss the taxi or the cruise ships coming back. It must have been a change, the economy getting back to normalcy. And of course, tomorrow it's the budget address by the Honorable Minister of Finance and Prime Minister. And we're looking forward to see what goodies are in the budget. And that's another talking point. So you too may have your own talking points, but here's what. I'm going to open the lines without much hesitation. Entertain your calls, entertain your emails, and I'll have something to tell you, to talk about too, about the former Minister of Tourism, but I won't tell you tonight. I'll tell you some other time, because we perhaps would need a whole program to talk about that particular issue, an issue that's been raised by the former Minister of Tourism, Gerald Anthony Dwyer Astafan. I'll tell you about it, but that needs a full program. He doesn't want to account, so he's trying to muzzle me. But I'll tell you about it at some other time. We won't talk about that tonight. But there are lots of things in the air, and Christmas is near. And perhaps you can tell us, what do you expect from the budget address tomorrow? What goodies would be there? What you are looking for? And VAT Day, is it this week? Yes, it's the Friday and Saturday. That's VAT Day. So lots of economic activity would be going on. And like I said, I've seen the tourists moving freely around. Perhaps you can tell me if I am seeing right and what you would expect further from that as well. But it's 20 past the 8 o'clock hour. I apologize for, again, Martini, be a tardy start. You wouldn't believe what happened to me. I won't tell you about that. I won't. I'll keep that, but I'll just say I'm sorry. And my Treasure family, I always like to implore you, before I open the lines, I anticipate that you will respect others. And of course, to achieve that, you must first respect yourselves. Let us try to be fair to all concerned. Let us try to build goodwill and better friendships. Let us, in the process of saying and doing those things, let us strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. It's 21 past 8 o'clock. The lines are going. I'll take this first call. Caller, you alive.
Good evening, Dr. Ian Patrick Liburd. You sound lively and strong like Samson. How are you?
I am peaceful, my brother.
Okay.
I don't know how strong Samson is.
You seem like you went up on Timothy Hill to take a look at the volcano in Mount Strat. How we look?
It was too cloudy, my brother. It was too cloudy. I couldn't see it in the distance. But I hope it's all right. Are you there?
Yeah, man, I'm right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear you.
Well, I hear laughing to myself, because that book, that West Indian ruler book, they in school they tell you that what the book they name, they tell Student Companion.
You know that? Remember that?
Yeah, man, I remember that. Well, I have mine open, and just look what you say. It's going to take a whole long load of program to discuss something about the man who looked like the almanac Jesus. I got a lot to say to, but since you want to do that on a different program, I will hold on mine what I got to say.
Yeah, we want a whole program for him. I'll address that issue in a whole.
I know what it is, man, because it's more corn on the ground than what the fowl them could eat.
You know that, right?
Yeah, man. And when they think people ain't know, I got satellite and drone up in the sky. Yeah. So leave that there till next time. Now we got an individual, a black Judas. All of a sudden, that black Judas turned against the government. Every day, Judas is on the sugar workers' money radio, Panic Factory, saying all manner of evil about the COVID task force that we have here and the government, who are forcing people to take vaccination, and he ain't taking none. Well, he had to be ashamed of himself. Everybody free to say what they want to say, but then when you say what you want to say, you must be correct, you must be factual with it. Don't come in a lawyer, otherwise you're going to get blows. When he got to the doctor, go pull out the teeth, the dentist, and they choke him with the injection, he just ask him, why in the injection? No. When he got doctor for his ear, nose, or throat, or eye, and they give him the drops, the oil drops, or ear drops, he don't ask him why in the drops. But what he does, he get on the internet and he Google those people out there who got false information, and those anti-vaccination people, Google what them they have to say, and then come back here and we send it and spread it out on the Panic Factory. And he is a denial or refusal of the vaccine and trying to influence people. But a story has three sides until you see the truth. You must come with the facts and let people assess which is wrong or which is right. Don't just go up on the station who like to spread propaganda. That's all they're there for. They will never call in on a program where they spread propaganda and say, well, look, I was wrong and I get the facts now, so I come back to apologize and thankful to the person who have been accusing. But lot to say, Patches, I won't come back to right since you start early. And we have a lot of things to talk about. I'm going to come back. But I ain't going yet. I am so glad that the taxi man and everybody making a little money from the people. You hear how much trips coming in one day? All of 3 and 4 and 2. And more to come. And all those who are abusing the government when nothing were doing. Nothing were doing. They never even had crying up to eat. And they're cussing the deacons out to the government. Suppose the Prime Minister and his team was ignorant and stupid and follow them. And then we broke out with all kind of hype, all kind of hump. We can't get over. We got to shut down and lock down. But you see, they ain't come now and say, well, thank God for the government, how they run the country. And so that now the ships them coming and we're getting a bread. I'll come back, Patches.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. Let's go back to the lines. Caller. Miss that call. Let's take this call. Caller, you're live.
Hey, Patches, good evening. How are you doing, sir?
I am peaceful, my brother. Yourself?
Good. I'm just saying, I hope that boy don't pull a Victor Williams on you. Anytime you catch them doing wrong, they run to the court and try to make fool of the court. But the court, sometimes they find out that they think, because they think it is like that. They try, anytime you catch them doing wrong, they run up to that courthouse. And the court, they better get themselves together too, because the judiciary in this place is a mess. Okay? They're not putting these people in jail. So, I just said, hopefully he ain't trying to pull nothing while going to the court, because they do that. Whenever they get caught, they run into the court. Sometimes they get away with it. But you know what you're saying. You ain't stupid. Good luck, Patrick. I'll talk to you again Thursday sometime.
Thank you very much. We'll talk about that on some other occasion, but I can tell you there's something in the Constitution called freedom of expression. Yes, as long as you don't defame or libel anyone, we ought to talk and talk our minds and talk the truth. Be prepared to stand alone. Caller, you live.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, my dear.
I'm calling from New York.
How is New York?
I just have one question. It's about my name is Catherine Burrows. I'm originally from Keyon, and I post home a barrel. And everybody is talking about this barrel situation when people keep taking out people's stuff. I knew what I sent home in my barrel.
Excuse me I'm sorry to interrupt you for a moment. Just turn your equipment or your radio down, whatever you're using. So I want the whole world to hear you, Miss Burrows. Can you do that?
Sure, I can.
Just turn it down, listen, I'll speak to your telephone. I'm getting a
feedback. Could you hear? I'm
getting a feedback from you. That's much better. Thanks a lot for your indulgence.
The reason why I'm calling is because I'm really pissed off. Because years ago, this is not the first time I'm sending home a barrel. I've been doing this for over 20-something years. And I never had a problem before. But I guess because things get a little bigger in terms of population. And I sent home a barrel the other day, and I was so shocked when I spoke to my son, and I said to him, did you get this shoe? I bought a pair of shoes in Macy's. They cost $125. I got them on sale for $50. So I said, oh, these will be good for my son. When I called, he said, Mommy, I didn't get any shoe. Everybody know what they send home in the barrel. And I think the government there, they need to go back to the way things used to be like 15, 25 years ago. When you go up the port for your barrel, you open the barrel in front of them and the inspector search your barrel. In that way, everything was fine. Now, it's one for all and all for one. And I'm real pissed off about it because I'm working 7 days a week up here. 7 days a week. Straight through. And it's not easy when I'm trying to make life a little better for my family back home. So, I took it up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry. I was going to say that, I really intended to call and get some more information on that. I did look at the, Customs Control Management Act and, and the authority of the customs. But I understand the situation of opening in your absence. But I should have called the customs to really find out what's the rationale behind that, though.
Everybody talking about it. Everybody, all my friends, them who say no about it, they say, oh, Catherine, it's the same thing. I said they need to go back to years ago when people would go for a barrel and they bring your barrel in front of you. I sent home my barrel. I double locked my barrel. I put duct tape on my barrel. And when my son, before he even reached up there, when he looked at the barrel, he said, Mommy, they already open. They got to, I am planning, as soon as I get some money, I'm going to donate some camera so they could put up there. I'm going to do that because it's not fair. It's not fair at all. And that's my biggest concern why I took my time out to call in, because I don't know what's going on home, and it's Christmas time. And, people send home the stuff, and they expect the family to enjoy. My son isn't going to get those shoes. I told him to go back up there, but like I said, it doesn't make any sense going back up there to make a complaint, because they're going to say, well, whatever. But somebody foot going to walk fast in front of them. That's all I got to say. And thank you for taking time out to listen to my plea. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, my dear, and we do apologize for that inconvenience. Once it's accurate, that this pilferage is going on there. But I really apologize myself, because I should have really spoken to the customs to get their side of that issue and the rationale behind what they're doing. But I'm sure we'll before the year is done. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Where they see.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Yeah, namesake.
Namesake, how
Good
about
night, man. I know you're in Finches and I haven't seen you yet, but I see you on Facebook and all kind of book. But I'm happy that you're home and you're enjoying the night that we are having.
Oh, yes.
Now,
yes.
all I want to say kudos to our government that having Finches is looking so nice that
all the tourists that come through, that I hear speak, oh, this is so nice. And when I look out to there on the ocean and see 4 ships dock up to our pier, what they say, no good. I wonder what is wrong with our people. Why our people damage something that is not broken, but they want to break it down. But God don't like ugly, because when we're trying to dig ditch, we got to be careful. Because when you dig one ditch, you got to dig 2. My country is lovely, and I don't want to use the word sexy like some people, but trust me, people that passing through here love this place, and we that live here hate the place where we live in. Something that is wrong with us. Seems like we are the set of people that were coming out of the wilderness who go to the promised land. And that's why some of them didn't make it, because what? Ready, they can't handle what they are seeing in 6 to 7 years of a unity government. The country has lived to a standard, and because of that, it seems like they hate the guts of the country. But I want to say, think it is nice. People are coming here love it, and I love it more. Patrick, I want to say to you, as I heard a young lady speak tonight, and sometime last week I think a young lady speak again concerning this barrel thing. Whoever going to people barrel, they need to stop it. People out there got to work hard to own what they got to own, to send here to make their family happy. People need to keep out of people's barrel until they get there. I don't support that at all. I know you used to, when you go there, they open your back, they open your barrel in front of you. Now they're doing it behind your back. That's hooliganism. They need to stop it and make sure when the people come, they open the barrel and check it. What is the rush? This is nice. And I'm warning the people in customs, if they're doing it, they need to stop, because they got a lot of fingersmiths. They could take up what belongs to them. And as the lady says, somebody foot going to walk past in front of them, some of their fingers going to walk past in front of them too, because they like take up too much. We need to stop thieves. Too many thieves going around with bright spears. God bless you. Have a good night.
Have a good night as well, my dear brother. We go back to the lines. I'll call you live. Hello, caller?
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Yes, good night. I'm going to get in on the program, Purify.
You are live, my dear. Is that the warrior from the east?
Yes, but somebody on top there. Somebody on the line.
On the line?
Somebody there talking.
Well,
I got you on my tablet live. Is the right one?
yes, you're live. You are live on radio, and the whole world is listening to you.
Okay, good night, Patches.
Good night.
How are you doing?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
I'm good. A little tired, working hard. Anyway, that's what you say. By the sweat of your brow, we shall eat bread.
True. How is it?
I don't know if that's why listening to there with a lady calling concerning the barrel which is on an issue. Is tonight? Listening a wrong one.
No, she called in just, I think she was the second caller. First
Okay.
Second caller.
Okay. I think personally, me, as long as she got her receipt, that she bought her child shoe and she ship it, she should send it home. So sorry to tell my Prime Minister that he should be coming down to them for she should push her child shoe. These things have to stop. They're embarrassing the country. Okay? This is not the first person I hear talking about it. They're embarrassing the country. I'm not finger pointing. I don't know who do who. Okay? But they're embarrassing the country. They need to stop it. Stop it. They need to stop it. It's not a nice thing they're doing. The name is going all over because people is listening east, west, north, and south to this program. And they need to stop it. Anyway, let me take this opportunity tonight, Mr. Liburd, because I don't know if I'll call you again for the year. First, let me say, season greetings to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, to everyone in St. Kitts and Nevis, to all my family, my friends, and my loved ones. I want you all to have a safe and prosper and wonderful Christmas and a prosperous New Year when it comes. Don't forget, put the past behind and let us go forward. That's what we need in St. Kitts and Nevis going forward. To my Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Timothy Harris, Prime Minister, this greeting is coming from Patricia Lewis in the St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. I want to wish you all the best for the season and a prosperous New Year when it comes. I know that you cannot do everything to please everybody, and you're paying people to do their job. And I'm asking everybody to be honest, with an honest pay, an honest work. Do what you all was put to do and do it honestly, because he cannot watch everybody. He's for everyone, for in the Federation of Thinkers and Nevis. He's not just for unity alone. And I already told him that already on the air. He's not just for unity alone. He's for the people of the Federation of Thinkers and Nevis. The Prime Minister, to you and your team, and the Corona Task Force, Mr. Samuel, Dr. Laws, Dr. Cameron, and everyone, I want you all to have a safe Christmas and a prosperous New Year when it comes. Let me take this opportunity to say, Patches, condolences goes out to my dear friend Elia family. When I got the news last week, Friday, it hit me hard. But God knows best why she gone so early. He don't make mistake. And to her family and her friends, my condolences goes out to all. Even to she enemies them. God know they're going to miss her. Those who used to pray on her and everything, because none of us is perfect. Not one of us are perfect, okay? And I know she was a people person, and she was a good person, because every time I come home and she see me, she used to say, girl, Bosso, girl, you reach home, and thing. And I'm going to miss her when I reach home for that. Anyway, my condolences goes out to her kids and the rest of her family. And to the Federation of Thinkers again, may the Lord bless you all, may the Lord keep you all, may the Lord face shine upon you all and keep you under. Mr. Liburd, I love you. May the Lord bless you, may the Lord keep you, and continue doing what you're doing. I love you dearly. This is coming from Patricia Lewis in St. Thomas, West Virgin Island. Mr. Liburd.
Patricia.
Stay strong.
Patricia.
Yes, love. Yes, love.
I love you too. I love you more. Who is Ilya from Newtown?
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know there's a different a difference between love and in love, okay?
Okay,
so
right.
Let them get it clear. I love you like hug love mouth. I am not in love with you. I love you like hug love mouth, okay?
I love you more.
He's my east walk, my east talk, and my east everything. Yes. East basket. Okay? I love you.
Are you referring to Ilya from Newtown? Who's Ilya?
Huh?
You mentioned Ilya.
No, she's from a Irish town.
Ilya.
I know her from an Irish town area. That's why I know her from in the area.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I know her from. But she was just you know, the last time I saw her and when I was watching the guy Eddie's funeral, I think it's his funeral I was watching, because I've been watching a lot of funeral back home in St. Kitts since this COVID, and they have, so much funeral gone on YouTube. I'm not going to keep you long because other people want to come in. And let me tell you something, every funeral that young lady attends, she always takes the mic, and like how she can sing, she sing her way, she sing right through the whole funeral service. I think it's the Guy Eddie funeral is the last funeral I saw her singing. She took the mic and she sang and she sang and she sang, if I'm not mistaken. But I saw her at a funeral about 3 weeks ago, and she was singing, and it was a shock. But death ain't no shock, because death is a must, and we all have to prepare for death. Okay? There's only one thing I tell them. When I dead, nobody cremate me. Bury me. Me no want no fire upon my body. Okay? Even they say dust to dust, ashes to ashes, me want to be buried. Okay? So anyway, you take care. Have a great Christmas. I'm going to have a great one. I'll be in St. Thomas. I won't be in St. Kitts, but I will remember everybody in St. Kitts. And to my friends and my family abroad and in the Virgin Islands, I love everybody. Patches, I love you. I love you. I love you. Take care. Bye.
Take care, my warrior from the East, Pat C. I love you more. Caller, you're live at 20 to 9. Hello, caller.
Good night.
Are you there, caller? Yeah, speaking to the telephone, could you? Good night.
Good night. I'm calling
sorry to interrupt you. Turn your radio, your equipment, turn it down, speak to the telephone. I want the whole world to hear.
Good night, Mr. Liburd.
Good night, my dear. That's much better.
I'm calling concerning the barrel issue. Right? I know it's not sounding good in the diaspora. It's sounding awful, right? That every time somebody has to be calling in talking about their barrel, something missing out of their barrel, right? I had an issue also with the barrel situation. But you know what? I am not going to blame anybody. I don't know who it is, where it happened, if it happened here in St. Kitts. Because in the US, when you ship a barrel, it's not coming from your house straight to St. Kitts. It's going to a warehouse also to rest down until they are ready to ship. So we don't know if it's coming from there, you understand, or if it really happens here in St. Kitts. And what I'm saying, I spoke to several custom officers about it, and they told me that they put on body cameras on the workers, the port workers and the custom officers just be there when they're searching the barrel, they say, right? And what I'm saying, if they search the barrel in front of them, check the barrel, and everything is good, and then when the person get the barrel and this stuff is not there, you understand, you cannot blame the custom officer or the port worker at that time because both of them are there. But what I'm saying, remember, let us go back to the back of the shed where they have them store. You have port workers who have access to the barrels, and because they are not locking them back. I am not saying that they're doing it, but it sounds bad out there, right? But what I'm saying again is that you don't know if it's them taking it out when they don't search it in front of the custom officers, or you understand. And then the next thing again, it could be well that it happened in America because you have a lot of people in America who they have access. You could lock your barrel, you put on a lock, and they could probably take it off with their clamp or wherever they got and put on a next lock. So we don't know if when they reach here, through the searching them before we go up there for them, we don't know if that's the same lock the person put on. But what I think too is that probably the customs them trying to clamp down on like the guns and the drugs and the things what come in the barrel. So they're trying to prevent that. You understand? Because a lot of people is complaining, oh, they ain't like the idea they're searching up the barrel and what's not. But that will ease up certain criminal activity what goes on here. I think, I just tell I think it's a good idea. You understand? But, and everybody might be agree with me. But I think for now, let's just see how we go and just, you know, you could take pictures of everything and send it to your family, yes. But when you reach St. Kitts, they're probably not in the barrel because probably somebody don't take it out of in America in the shipping, in the baggage room where they have them store. I know people gonna lash out and say this and say that, but you can't judge everything here on St. Kitts because it ain't coming straight from your house to the customs or the baggage room here in St. Kitts. That's all I have to say for now.
Thank you very much. Heard your point, my dear. It's something called pilferage that happens in all ports. Not excusable, but is inexcusable, I should say. But if using your point, your proposition, then there would be exceptions noted once the barrel came damaged or open and so on. But like I said, and someone said there are three sides to a story. Someone said to me one time, it's your side, my side, and the truth. So I will find a way to get the truth or get the other side from the authorities there at the ports, including the customs. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Good night, how are you?
I am peaceful, my dear. Yourself?
You know, I will always thank the Lord for sparing my life.
We all do.
Ha ha! Who started that? Catches do that. I hear Rock was singing today. I hope it's not for his supper. And the tape you play is not no taxi man. They must come now and say thanks, defense move. Maybe somebody with a store. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is in fact a taxi man. His name is Christian. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Yes, Ian, it's me again. It's Pat. Okay, that caller was on the air, and I agreed some point that she said. But the lady said she had on double lock. One thing I would like to know from that lady, where did the keys them? Who she give the keys to? Did she post the keys to her son? Where was the keys them for when the barrel reached to St. Kitts? Okay? Because a lot of people put on double lock and they put on locks on the barrel. And how they send the keys, I don't know. Okay, it don't happen in St. Kitts alone. I had a friend who came to St. Thomas from the States, and she like the saltfish with the big scale on it. So every time she comes, she will go over to Smith Bay by Sparrow and buy she saltfish, she hagfish with the big scale, because she like that type of saltfish that come with her home. And she went to from St. Thomas to Puerto Rico, and she buy almost $75 worth of saltfish from Sparrow, and eventually she luggage. When she reached to the mainland where she going, all the saltfish gone. She started the luggage, got to the baggage down in St. Thomas, went to Puerto Rico. And when she reached Connecticut, she saltfish gone. All she saltfish gone. You understand me? So it's not just happening in St. Kitts one. Okay? It's happening all over. But what I'm saying, it is happening in St. Kitts, and if they're doing it, don't do it. It's not sounding good, because we all are poor people. And when people out here, sometimes you out here and you get up a morning and you don't even feel like you want to go to work. How you feel so tired, but you got to go because you got your bills here to pay, and you still got family members home to send a little something give. Okay? So it's not no finger pointing, and it's not nothing. And all we're saying, if they're doing the act, stop the act. I'm not judging anybody, but it's not sounding good on our island. Okay? But like I said, it's all around, because my girlfriend, by the time she reached to the States, all her saltfish was gone. She cannot say whether they took out in St. Thomas or they take it out in Puerto Rico. But when she reached to the States and she claimed she luggage, she saltfish was gone. All she saltfish was gone. So it's happening all over. But what I'm saying, in our little federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, we don't like that, okay? Not finger pointing, we don't know who do it, because one bad apple spoil the whole bag of apple. Okay, just one bad apple, it takes to spoil a whole bag of apple. That's all we asking. Don't do it. It's poor people sending out, taking care of their poor families. That's all we asking. Not finger pointing, we just asking it. It's not sounding good, stop it if they're doing it. We cannot say, well, like she said, you don't have to come out in the state because you go to warehouse, but like the lady said, she had on double lock, she had on tape, she had all that kind of thing. So we just need our country to stay with a good name, okay? None of us are perfect, but let us have a clean name. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you very much. We go back to the lines at 11 before the 9 o'clock hour. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes,
Patches?
yes, sir, you're live. Yes,
Patches. It's so sad that the woman lost she saltfish. All of the woman's saltfish gone. So she had no saltfish to eat. When she could check money. Now, every year, I know for sure that this administration here, the Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, he does allocate enough money to take care of the health department situation. And it is not fair for money being allocated to the public health department, what we call Wharfinger, to supply the drain cleaners them, the street cleaners them with the proper attire. Give them the water boots, the big bass broom, and the shovel, and the barrow. And nowadays you cannot see nobody who cleaning the drain in any kind of thing named boots, not even uppers. Some people got on the catapult slippers or slappers. That is not sanitary. Suppose somebody one little and some of the water drain water get in the wound there, they'll be surprised to see the amount of germs in the foot. So I am calling on whosoever is in charge, superintendent of the Wharfinger them, spend the money that allocated for that. Make sure the people who clean the street, they are properly protected from germs. Give them the boots and the big bass broom and the shovel and the barrow, and make sure that they are protected, because you ain't going to send them go take no doctor check to get a free injection. And the money is there for that. But you see what a lot of heads of department like to do? They try to run the department cheap, because they know well left back, they don't get a bonus out of that. But while you're looking at the bonus, people getting sick because of germs. A little child could go out in the gym and go play and get a sore toe. Next thing, more germs in the toe, all because they don't have the proper thing to clean the street. Patches, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody who listens to your program. I mean, I get to tell everybody happy Christmas and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And let us all obey. Let us obey all the rules and regulations that govern the country. Go with everybody. Thank God for our government. Tomorrow we're going to have a wonderful budget speech and the next day. And the Prime Minister don't know. He gonna allocate a lot of money to cover everything. Patrice, good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your input, my dear brother. And yes, the budget comes up tomorrow. What's in the budget? What do you think? Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Good night, Mr. Liburd.
Good night, my dear.
Let me tell you an experience I had in July. I came from New York with my daughter and her daughter. We all traveled together. My daughter put a hoverboard in the bag, and we locked our bag. When we reached St. Kitts, we did not see the hoverboard. You understand? So my daughter asked me, Mommy, you have the hoverboard over in your bag? That time we was over at car staying in the quarantine. So I said, what hoverboard? I said, no, may I have it? She said, well, ain't in Tej bag. I said, oh, well, may I know? Not knowing that all the bags was locked with keys, not knowing that TSA took the hoverboard out the bag. You understand? So they scanned the bag and realized a hoverboard in there. We did not know that we cannot travel with a hoverboard on the plane because you have it in a battery pack. So when, like, a couple of days after, I said, baby, me see nothing in the bag of the customs or anything. So we email American Airlines and we asked them about it. And that's when they tell us that they took the hoverboard out the back because we could not travel with it. You understand? So when I went back to America in September, that's when I get the hoverboard. I had to go to the Lost and Found for American, and that's when I get it. You understand? I'm not saying that would have happened with people's stuff, but just to show you, our bags were locked, and they took out the hoverboard in America. You understand?
Okay, got you loud and clear, my dear. Makes no sense to lock your bags when you're traveling because it opens them. But that's slightly different to what the lady is saying.
And it's people who work there, who screen in the bag, know what's in the bag. You understand? So it could be well there or it could be well here. Only unless some of the people who are working at the port trying to sabotage the government by doing this thing to make the government look bad, taking out people's stuff out there for people to cost, because that is wrong.
Okay, got you loud and clear.
Okay.
Thank you for your input. Let's go back to the lines at 5 before 9 o'clock hour. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, you're live.
Hello.
Yes, you're live.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my dear. You're live.
Patrice.
Yes, you're live on Straight Talk.
Patrice.
Yes, go ahead, my dear. I'm listening to you.
This is Rosie. I'm calling from Miami.
Oh, Rosie from the warrior from the East Bastia Posse. Congratulations.
Yes, every time.
That's Rosie.
Yes, I'm just trying to make a statement right about this barrel thing. A lot of people don't understand. When you got on the port to post the barrel, they give as much tape as you want. You tape it up, you tape it up, you tape it up. It will not be open again. All the Senkish barrels goes together, right? And they will not open it again because when you're done with the barrel, like how you fix it up and so, it's heading for one destination, St. Kitts. Every Senkish barrel go because Senkish barrels and boxes are. Every island got their own area. And when you don't tape up your barrel, nobody got no time again to bother with you to go open that. Because it go to Senkish, just, as you say, if it's damaged, they will say receive in damaged condition. Wherever these things, I've been losing things all the time whenever I send them home. After they start opening the barrel behind your back. Before that, I never lose anything. Now I don't even bother to take pictures. I just went out for my daughter there last week. I made him bother to take the pictures because taking the pictures and the things they're missing, it doesn't make any sense. And I heard you saying that
they have authority where they could open it, because I know for true that they sometimes open your suitcase and the kind of thing and so. But catches is hard when you got to work so hard up here for stuff. Right now I'm on a job here, and me coming off this job, I come on 7 and me leaving till 7 tomorrow morning. And sitting down in a chair and sleeping because I'm a nurse's aide. And I'm here with a woman. And it's very hard when you don't work so hard for your things and send them to your country, and when they reach to your family, they ain't there because you got to work so hard. It is not easy. Something got to be done about this thing that is missing. I have a friend just last week. Her barrel, her things was open. And they sent a pack, sandwich bags for her. And the bag had in 165 the box. And she got 35. They opened her sardines and her tuna, and her Vienna sausage. And they took out almost all. Just last week. And it's very, very hard. You might as well just send the money to people that they could buy this stuff home, because when you're selling them, sometimes too, I know that maybe they're not taking them out willfully, I will say, because when you send a barrel home and you pack your barrel, when you go to the port and you open your barrel, you yourself can't get back these things in the barrel or in the box. And you wonder, how I get these things all in the first place? But it's very, 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 very hard when you got to work so hard. I don't work hard. 7 days a week. And when I work and send me things home to me daughter, I expect her to get the things.
Calm it down.
Not to go missing. Something got to be done. Something got to be done. And I must congratulate you on all the nice things that you are doing. You are doing awesome. I must congratulate you. And to all my folks in St. Nevis, I'm saying have a safe carnival. Be safe. Wash your hands. And do all you have to do. Take your vaccination. I took mine. I'm going for my booster. And Patches, you have a blessed night. I'm going to be listening off here.
Thank you,
Bye.
my dear warrior from the East. Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful Christmas and a great night as well. Let's go back to the lines at 3 before 9 o'clock. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Yes, good night, Mr. Patches.
Good
This
night,
barrel complain. Oh, we all come by it at the first the moment. Because that never used to happen, in the last government ordeal. Nobody used to go no barrel complaining. Going and going. They said now the other day they came on and the ear said they got body camera. Body camera ain't doing the work there. The woman say she don't just lose what she said mine. Let her watch 52 if they want to know if drugs in people carry on bag or whatever the barrel is sent through. Let her watch 52 and get a little understanding from that. Right? You cannot, people think about maybe, I hear somebody say, maybe they expect drugs. Or they expect drugs. Go apart to that, go sniff dog. I think we used to got training dog here for that, What happened? They done with all of them there? Who doing it now what they're doing? Can't do the song, they know what they're doing. I want them, as Bartow they say, just give them some fire all about fire, fire, fire. And nobody come in and come polish them nothing because they're for the government. Because they know this thing going on and disturb people, It's very disturbing. Me get barrel from away. Long time ago, I never had a problem. Whatever they put in it, I get it. All in a sudden from last year, it just can't boil for you. Who giving them the authority to do that? Who get the order? It's not working, It's not working. They need to take it back and go back the old time. When I reach, open my barrel in front of me. Left my barrel where my sister work hard as Miss Rosie. Rosie, good night. This is a girl from Burn. It's a nuts lady. Rosie. Yeah, leave the people thing alone. You hear the man say she send she pay her, she push her son, and they take it out. Mind, let them left people things, And there's some drum before you like what Mr. Bartow, they sing the time, in the 70s, Let them left people things. And let the government train back the idea about drugs. Let them put more high-tech things to sort out the drug. I watched them the last night. Right underneath, when the person think they get in with the couple, they get caught. They got the thing stick right down in the bottom, so the clothes on top, and the black plastic with it. Why they don't watch them there? That is something for them to train after 52. You get to know all what's going on. Let them let people things alone. And let them go professional people up there to do that. Different to them there who can go open barrel. Let them scan the thing and so they must see the drugs.
Not lady.
Yes.
Bernice, let me ask you a genuine question. How we get the government into this, though? What is it, customs and SCASPA?
Them do everything that pastor Mr. Liburd. My condolence with your daddy. The pastor here, you all have a memorial thing about him. Was my good friend, you know.
Okay. Have yourself a good night, my dear.
Yes, man.
Have yourself a good night.
Mr. Patches, don't forget if you right organizing this program now. Can I come on and this in the program and this? You don't show me up and say, Mama, don't come back on the program. You're very disrespectful. You're going to find a way to do on them come and say they need to do something so shameful and bad. Huh? It's sound for the whole wide world of here, so no. Remember we gone we in YouTube, we gone Facebook. I beg them do something about this thing, you know. Otherwise somebody gonna say something blow up in the face, you know. Because it could happen. Okay.
Thank you very much. That's the nuts lady, as they say. It's 9:03. This email reads, Patches, the buses have to be allowed to run as they want, as in old time. Those are not government buses, so the buses best to run as they want. They want to go as was always down to the Bay Road. That is how it was. Leave the buses to run as they wish. Reads this email. We go back to the lines at 9:04. If you just join us on Straight Talk tonight, we have an open line. We're discussing the issues of the day, the issue that has come to the fore as the opening of barrels in the absence of the consignees. What do you think? Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, that's the Bible man.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, my brother. How art thou?
I'm fine. I'm wonderful. But I don't, you're going to pick up them tomorrow?
Yes, I get my sauce up, right?
Yeah, the sauce up them.
Sweet sauce up from Tabernacle.
3 sauce up in there.
Okay, my brother. 3 sauce ups for me.
Yeah, man. You're going to get sauce up, yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you. The Bible man got me my sauce up. He said,
yeah, man.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, too, man. And they drink sauce up before you go back.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going down as a boy. I just reached home and I was on the same bus. I tell you what, you coming home because it seems like anywhere got people are attacking me about the Bible man. They want to know the Bible man. Yes, Mr. Patrick said, sometimes you're doing that. You see what happened to you? You're doing a great job, you know. Because I hear it come over the news today about you look after Newtown Health Center. Boy, you really I work hard for the poor people, boy. You see, you're really working hard, boy. And God is going to bless you mightily. So, you see, what happened presently now, I'll tell you something, you know. As a Satan, I mean it, a lot of people that got no love of God in their heart for their fellow men, you know. So they will do anything to make a disturbance. But don't put yourself above people, Patrick. Because right now they're frustrated. They don't know where to turn their head. And this government is not moving now, so they don't know what I'm going to do. God put Timothy Harris in there for a reason. And tomorrow, you're going to the budget speech, Mr. Patrick?
God spare. Yes, God spare, I will.
Yeah, the good. And so that is the situation there. Poor people. The poor people government. You never yet hear that the Labour government give the poor people $500 every month. Never. The ex-prime minister do 85% on electricity, 600% on water, and take away the civil service increment, and nobody talk about that there. But everything they do here, you know, I could run this government on a BlackBerry. Yeah? Stupidness. You understand? And the poor people was crying out. 17% VAT. And if he did not lose the government, I understand it's 22% would have go up. But I've been saying things are getting wet. And look what happened. A Labour government was in power and they sell out nearly all the land them. Who Mr. Bratcher reclaim a Labour government, you know, who said the low poor people sell the foreigners them land, you know? Who say they say palm is not for the poor people, but they got a Labour government who was in power who sell out the land them. Give me a break. People must stop the mock. Me was underneath Bratcher, so me know what is mean of that. The Labour government look after Labour people, but Douglas government were looking after the rich. I know that. You got a house and the man they hit you so hard. Do I gonna mock with you? Talk about the Labour government. You understand? Listen here. The honest Labour government, the honest Labour man now is Timothy Harris. You arrested them grabby. You understand? Timothy come from it, he die hard at the poor people. He know what is poor. So Mr. Patrick, I ain't gonna stop too long, but listen here. God bless you mightily. And I'm telling you, I enjoy your blessing that you give me. I enjoy it to the max. And so, I thank you very much. And may the good Lord bless you, Mr. Patrick, and keep you. And in all your undertaking, may the good Lord bless you and keep you. Patrick, you are going to receive your reward. You say, cast your bread on the water, and you shall find it many days. You are going to receive your reward. It's coming back in a double portion. So don't worry your head. So you have a pleasant night, Mr. Patrick.
Have a pleasant night, my dear brother. The Bible man, John James. At 9:10, 9:00, if you have just joined us, the lines are open. We are discussing the issues of your choice. The budget is tomorrow. The cruise ships are back. The barrels are coming in, and many have issues with the process. Obviously, caller, you are live at 9:10.
Good evening, Honorable Patrick Liburd.
My dear brother, the people's king.
Yes, but what I want to say to you, Carol sing a song. So 60 million Frenchmen can be wrong.
Can be wrong. Before you go any further, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Just turn your radio or your equipment, whatever you have behind there.
You're still getting this disturbance?
Yeah, just turn it off and listen. I'll speak to your telephone, my brother.
Yeah. Wait, just give me a minute. Okay.
Yes.
Sparrow sing a song. 60 million Frenchmen can be wrong.
Yes.
But for 4,500 petition, I don't think they're wrong neither. It got to be something wrong up there with this barrel thing. And don't care where you shove it, but they take it out in the States I had to take it out in St. Thomas, I had to take it in. I could talk for the state because nobody pick up your barrel in the states, in New York area, unless they got the container there to put the barrel straight in. Then I put nothing in the warehouse to lift up again. When the shipping time comes, they call, they let them know, I'm going to pick your barrel up tomorrow morning. And they put it straight in the container, right? So there is where a thing. Now, the lady with the saltfish, I felt sorry for her, but the person never went with all the saltfish. She went back home with some. Okay? Now, Patrick, let me explain something to you. They have, you remember Tom and Jerry? Well, they got Jerry now. Every day he on the panic factory. Abusing the Prime Minister, calling him corrupt, calling him all kind of thing, and he want this law into place with the honesty law and all kind of thing. But he is still writing to the Prime Minister, trying to make the Prime Minister be corrupted. He looking land for some people down in Port Zante there. And when the people don't give him the price of selling the land, he's still writing to the Prime Minister, want the Prime Minister to go talk to the people so he could get a better deal. You understand me? What kind of heart days? You understand me? And these are the people who say they want honesty in public life and all kind of thing. But he's still trying to make the Prime Minister corrupted. You understand me? These people, all of them go reach back, you know. All of them who you see, use the Prime Minister and so on. They're coming back one by one. Coming back one by one. Wanted all kind of unnecessary favors. You understand me? But all I want to tell the Prime Minister is keep your head on. Just keep your head on. There is sheep in wolf clothing. You understand me?
Okay.
A wolf in sheep clothing. You understand me?
Gotcha.
So that is how it's going. And all they're doing, the Prime Minister is doing his best. He's trying his best to make sure this country runs good. You understand me? And all of them were troubling the people, them things up the port. Remember election coming up.
Okay, got you.
You understand me? The election coming up. And they're going to name out to all in them position who mistreating poor people. You understand me? And they got people going to go out and then vote against them, and people going to go out and campaign against them.
Okay.
You understand me? For the ignorance what they're doing to poor people. Okay.
Okay, got
Thank you.
Loud and clear, the People's King. Dwyer is shameless, reads this email. And every week he's on this radio station criticizing everything the government does to develop the country. He must find faults. His latest criticism now is with the newly to be commissioned traffic lights. From the time I know this man, all he does is criticize, which is so easy to do, but he has never initiated any successful plan or project. Douglas fired him from tourism and appointed Ricky Skerritt as the Minister of Tourism, who did a far better job than him. At 9:15, caller, you are live.
Hello.
Yes, you're live.
Yes, I'm talking. I heard everybody talking about this barrel business. And again, as the lady say, it's hard. Nobody know how hard it is when you have to work with to send these things to your loved ones. Huh? Why they don't stop search people behind the customer back, search it in front of the face? Nobody said they mustn't search the barrel. How custom come up with this kind of thing? Last year they was talking about the COVID. Now this year, now they're talking about bottleneck. and the long crowd. Why did not they go to the school and get the 6 farmers them and train them to help to sort of get the barrels them organized? Then around coming on to December that the barrel them that they just got a lot of barrels. Give these young people them a little break for them thing. This body camera, the money what they spend to buy body camera. A lot of children in the community also they will want a gift. They could have take the money and buy a gift and send it on to and the less fortunate children them. What body camera? What body camera they talking about? Nobody said they must search about it, but search it in front of people's face. People said they be missing. People have a right to say something. Maybe they don't miss, but they have a right to say something because they gave them no choice of saying it. It bringing down the government. Protein rule themselves. People been all over listening to all these kind of things that's going on. Listen, please, you do something better, you hear? Because they're turning people's mind. And every time, when these things happen, they point to the government.
Okay, got you.
They point to the government. So please, I ask you last week to do it for me, please.
Okay.
Because when they're talking about the port, when they leave, whenever they come pick up your barrel out of your house, it goes straight to the container. I went Junior Dublin down there could tell you because he was up here doing shipping, and he could tell you, and I went over where he do the shipping, and I see how they operate over there. Nobody take off, nobody go inside nobody barrel. It's from your house to the container. So please.
Okay.
Please do something because I send my barrel down there now, and we see me come down and me part up there now. Because it could be good sometimes and bad at times. So please do something.
Okay, got you loud and clear, my dear. Thanks. And I did, in fact, promise that I'll investigate the matter and get the rationale from the other side of Casper and customs. And as you rightly said, just requesting that the barrels be opened in the presence of the consignees. And yes, from my experience, it goes straight into the containers. They're containerized, and then the less than container load, the LCL cargo, is then unstuffed into the warehouse. So where does the pilferage occur? It's the question. And if there are broken barrels, then exceptions are noted. And of course, the shippers would say said to contain, because you can say 10 pairs of binoculars are in the barrels, but the barrels are sealed, so one never knows. So the shippers would then protect themselves as well with the terms they use. The barrel is said to contain 10 pairs. At the end, some things are short shipped, some are not, and some are not, and some really are pilfered. That's the term they use. They're stolen then, in simple terms. Duty-free St. Kitts port, and all these barrel and stealing from arriving stuff will be gone. Patches, you live on St. Martin in the early days, and you see how you go to collect your items and they never open. Make St. Kitts a duty-free port, and the general public, if they support this idea, and the general public will support this idea with this email. Let's go back to the lines at 9:20. Call you live.
Good evening, Patches.
How are you, my dear?
Thank you for the things that but I got some paperwork here, right? I want to know when you work for people, right? And they say, well, you're supposed to vaccinate, and they send you home. Government supposed to pay people, because in all the years you work in, and now because this vaccine come up, they're sending you home. But when you look at it, it's that we got empty because people want to get charity check for all the years ago. Not because the form them done make a lot of money. They're sending you home because you're not vaccinated. It can cause a lot of trouble in St. Kitts. And man not going to stand up and hungry and not going to earn. They want the money too. Because all the years they work. And looking at them now, they send them home, give them letter. The people want the money, so they got to get gratuity for now. And step one pay. Because government is sitting back and relax. We need to get this thing going. And anyway, they say, you married and
go say, oh, your party's married, you know why, you know more. Anyway, God is in control, and God likes that. And looking at the Bible about the poor, you must stop talking people things. Because I not it for yourself. Have a good night, thank you to you. Some of the people that ain't get to call out these long callers. See you. Have a good night, tell you wife, hello. Thank you.
I thought you were the wife, my neighbor friend. Let's go back to the lines at 24 past 9 o'clock. Call you live.
Neighbor business start to play in the night. I only call back to tell you this. Be careful with some words that people use on the program. Like blow up in face. Remember some time ago, you just use something similar to that. When you say you see why certain things has happened. Well, I hear the language used tonight about blow up in face. We got to be careful with them kind of language there. When you find people got to open people things. People don't have no way to open your thing behind your back. I always support the right of the thing. Open what is mine in front of me, not behind me back, and they can tell me you find that in there. That is wrong. That's all I can say about that. But watch the words that people use on the program. Have a good night, Patrick.
Have a good night as well, my dear brother. Go back to the lines. I missed that call. Let's take. Yes, it's happening. These live. Let's take this call. Call you live. Yes, caller.
Yes, good night, Patrick.
My dear,
this is Jam down here.
My dear brother Jam down. How art thou?
I'm fine, buddy. I wanna let country know that something gonna happen. And all the callers in Miami and New York, something gonna happen. I'm confident something will happen because we have a prime minister, we have a conscience, and the customs they rule themselves. But something keeps touching me. A young man come to see me down the port today, Patches. You know, this youngster say he used to operate the business where he will got 2 cats bringing the old toys back and forth, Patches. You know that a man up the port want to put the young man out of business? And I could tell the young man who seen out the port as the CEO of the port, you know, that ain't gonna work, you know. That is not gonna work. So that kind of conversation when you had it, the young man, telling the young man, you and the minister don't talk, that is not gonna work. That's all I got to say tonight, Patches. Have a good night. Then coming back. But I want him to know that is not gonna work. Have a good night.
Have a good night, my dear brother. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you are live.
Patches, good night.
Good night, sir.
How are you?
I am peaceful. Who eat first?
I don't know if you want to eat first, but not me. Anyway, let me say good night to Rosie. And I hope she's doing well. I hope she's listening still. Glad to hear her voice. And let's say good night to Mrs. Henry. I haven't heard her for a while. Touches about 3 things I want to compliment 3 different callers on your program tonight concerning the Bible story. I can't call all of them because I've been trying to get into the longest while. But I agree with the lady who said, when you buy a ship from Miami, I don't work out there. I never work on a container ship yet. No, on a container to offroad barrel. But I believe when they leave Miami, they didn't sink it, even though they got to Puerto Rico, they wouldn't be interfere with in Puerto Rico. They heading straight to sink it from Miami because they done register for sink it. So I don't understand what some people talking about that will be interfered with, maybe in Miami or in some other country before they reach here. I don't support that and I don't believe that. Everybody cannot be on that in. As somebody called earlier and said that it happened since last year, they put this thing in place where they searching your body behind your back. Because of coronavirus last year, what happened this year? The same coronavirus too? They look like it's something on continue then, from now on. I don't support that at all. And let me say to Mr. Culture, don't say what tool you do this ain't cleaner, the still ain't cleaning. I tell him so already. He don't understand. They're still not cleaning. You could give them top of the line tools, but they're still not cleaning. I live here draining anything fun. You have to be careful when I drain a man time on the bike. My bike is scared if I don't be careful. I see the cleaner rat the drain pass down here back and forth every day. She clean it once a month, but getting to every week. All them kind of things there, you think them things could be right? Ain't that the one tool? It's just that they're lazy. Ain't that the one tool? They're getting government money for nothing. And it bother me because I got to put in 40 hours to get a salary. They're only putting in 4 in a month. And every week they get in a salary. You think that's fair? That's why it bother me. Fucking the government purse dry. Nobody doing nothing about it. You think people here is complaining? Yes, complaining every day. So about that, a man with veranda and a bike passing by. Every day we complain about it and they hear enough. And then we say thanks to jam down. I have to stay in person. He gets his desire. That's all I want to say, Patrick. Good night.
Good night, my dear brother. Thanks for your input. It's now 28 past the 9 o'clock hour. In the event you have just joined us, we had an open line again tonight, and we are hearing the views of our Straight Talk family, and the focus seemed to be on these barrels. Again, I do apologize to that lady who called. I think she called last week, and I promised I was going to get to the bottom of it in the context of getting the other side, getting the views from Customs and the Ports Authority. And I certainly will, and have some information on my next program. Now that the fence has been taken down, I wonder how the apartheid freedom manager feels. Ha. It will be team unity again. Reads this email. At 28 past 9, we go back to the lines. I missed that call. Let's take this call. Caller, you are live. Hello, caller.
Good night, Patrick. Good night.
How is Mr. Politics? Good night.
Yeah, Patrick, first, I want to thank God for the Federation of St. Nevis. I want to thank God for the unity government. And I want to thank God for making it to see that tourist ship come back to our shore and tourists go up in town again, because many people don't like to see that. This like is that we live in a different world right now with this COVID. And government got to make measures and different changes. So all the messages them out there who saying this and saying that. Patrick, when I was in town today, I went across Fort Dante, and I was glad to see that Rockefeller bar was full with tourists and going to town, buying in town and buying in the stores and looking on. Some of them ain't doing much buying, but they're just looking on and buying. I went in the Miller market here. Everybody ain't coming in there yet. Got a few people in there selling the crop and the chain and the whatever. And it's so nice to see that. And I want to thank the task force to help manage this thing. Because if it's not for them with the manage the thing and the terrorist department to keep down this COVID from spread, we will not in a different situation like some other countries still touches. So all the listeners, them are out here shutting and banging them out and saying all kind of negative things. Let talk. That's one of them. I don't know making a find a work. It's a cook. I do know why that guy don't look to find a job to do. Every day up and downtown using people. Today at that meeting, let me say him, I want to go find a job. Go find a job. Go find something positive to do. Stop interfering people. You understand? You so fast people dying. It take nothing for you to die now. Go find something positive to the brother and stop interfering people. Just going around town up and down the little bar for the cycle up and down the place. I want the police to allow that to happen because he got a little bar up and down, going around town for the cycle every day. And just meeting people who are not supporting the government and saying, kind of negative thing, cussing, and cussing the Prime Minister. But Patrick, let me tell you something, right? I want the people of this federation, I want it now, you know. The day out we lose this, they will lose this unity. I do not think nothing else better to come. You see this COVID? This COVID has changed the world. It has changed the world. And as I always say, people, stop, look and listen. When you always save something, put something aside. Don't squander your money. Christmas is coming, and I know that you all want different, this I want, that I want, that. Life is different now. Anything could happen. It's a different variant coming again. I hear every day on the news in other countries, all in America, people are getting affected by the new variant coming in. People never stop, look and listen, and abide by the rules of the CMO and the task force. Because I believe that they have done a wonderful job. Some people still want to live the ordinary, the same life, buying your bus, buying your car, buy this, buy that. Life change. We see that life change. And I want to say, me good night to me good friend down here in the British Parliament, Judge. And good night to Andon Mason Thomas. And good night to all those who tune into Straight Talk. All the conscious minded one. Have a good night. That is a wonderful night. May God the Federation I think it needed. Cook the local workers and something to get people to find a job. All right.
Thank you very much for your input. It's 28 before the 10 o'clock hour as we go uphill to 10 o'clock. And for those who are pondering again, the numbers are 718-577-2916 and or 465-2555. On the Groundless program, read this email. Last week, a gentleman asked the three hypocrites a question each. One was the role of the media, the other was for the doctor, and another was for Sam. Neither Sam nor the doctor answered the man's question, which was when they were in government what they really meant when they used to say to people, their hands are tied. That was Sam's mantra to us here in Boyd's. When we asked him about the land for the playfield, he said his hands are tied, meaning Douglas prevented him from giving Boyd's people the playing field for their children to play. It's 26 before the 10 o'clock hour. Caller, you're live.
Yes, I'm Megan.
Good evening.
Looking at from the churches, then right, they get a lot of big piece of land, big piece of land, and when somebody could get some, could they get some to build house? And looking at the Chinese them, all these big piece of land. When we don't want, I say water, how we live. So are you giving people who don't want, who they have a consistency, everything them, and listening to the radio today. I hear my husband win the case with the stem cell, and you all got to pay him the money, the lawyer fee and everything.
Who's your husband?
I don't know what's going on in this country. But the stem cell gone.
Who's your husband?
Eh?
Who is your husband? Who?
Lose the case. So he got to go pay him the money and hand up the document. Yes. But nobody talk about that not tonight. I'm talking about that because he's on the radio. To take care and say story who take care. All the best.
Thank you. Yes, my dear. Have yourself a wonderful night. It sounds as if you're in a foxhole, though. Where you calling from? Okay, sound like she is in a foxhole. 25 before 10 o'clock, we go straight back to the lines. What's on your mind, caller?
Yes, Mr. Patches, me again. I went in the country this afternoon to a funeral. My old-time hairdresser sister went to her funeral, you know. When I'm coming back, looking at the place there down West Farm. I'm not calling his name, and I'm good. The gentleman who bought the place there, the estate place from the government. Why you don't tell him take down the wall there? You think the face on them, you know, they just could drop out at any time. That one make Mr. Patches, you know you good, right, and you know me. The way I just talk, so right, because I work for a government, and it seems as though there's nothing we talk about, and you could get done. There's a drain up there, but you know when you're going there by the college, if you drive up there, you see. That place used to be clean. You could have steady and look down and you see the water running. Now there's some grass growing in it. Right there by the end of the college to between, Westbourne, not Westbourne, sorry, Burden Street. Who looking after these things? You mean it's sure not too much money I pay out, and no work doing. And I see a whole well now in the bypass road. You drive through there since you come back? You drive through there tomorrow. You'll see a well there now. That road, I don't know who was the engineer. The road ain't too good from morning. But I think it's we could just lay down and be back and just look at the money wasted. That drain again to the west of the road ain't too good. It's breaking up. Could you believe? Drain where broke mid. Still strong in foundation. That just put down there about 15, 16 years. It ain't good. It don't breaking up, Mr. Patches. Lord, poor, them engineer must have go back and more now when they done. You don't need to look after. So I just want you want to get the message across that the gentleman who buy West Farm estate and the retaining wall falling apart. What a a good time ago. I don't know who they spoke to him about it, but he went and get it fixed up. But now, it look dangerous, Mr. Patrick. I beg you drive through there before you go back. You hear? Endangering people life. Suppose coming across in a bus, just playing devil advocate. Us to just roll out of the thing there. What's going on in this place? That is what bother me. Me abusing the government because I am vexed with the government. Things I see happening. Who are these things? Who's supposed to see for these things to happen? Should be done. And I noticed next week is Christmas, and they usually send around a truck to pick up garbage. And I noticed down in the alley there, the same Borden Street, going through the alley there, old beds, all this, all that. They stop send around, put dumpster now to pick them up at Christmas time. Lord, poor we miss I know me never take green card. Me I was glad to get out of here and then out here. Cause this thing again also and them drainage stink. As Mr. Culture said, no little house broom, no hard broom. But as Sinrick said, no tongue ain't make no sense to give them because nobody has seen nobody do the work. Nobody, the supervisor like them, eh? The supervisor, we don't got them, we don't watch them in the past and sit down and smoke or drink, without maybe a juice or a lavish. That's how it's come to.
Okay.
That time will be a customer boy. We really gone to, Mr. Patches, the hospital up there got a problem, That means they ain't gonna like me because I'm outspoken. I went there yesterday to visit somebody. And I don't believe nurses supposed to disrespect patient. When I go with a one hand or 1 foot, don't be telling the person so disrespecting. The person get up off the bed, person said they better make up from morning. From the day before, and the person, nobody come around and make up. What's slabby thing are we going through here? The hospital, just like they have stable when he name absent at this thing in Antigua now. We got to the stable. The hospital ain't running right, Mr. Patrick say, well here, I beg you go, who's supposed to look after the hospital? After Miss Candle, if you see mother, everything gone on, everything done. Nurses and all ain't got no manners for patients.
Okay.
You also hear that.
I've heard you loud and clear, my dear. We'll trust that.
I was there, nobody tell me none, come. Then I could like to call and say, oh, somebody tell her that, not so tell me nothing. I went there to visit somebody,
and I
saw what going on.
Okay.
Very unhappy about it. I beg you get them things straightened up, you know. That make me gonna be a horrible woman here, trying not to reach up there because the hospital ain't running good now at all. If anything bad, take maybe pray with water.
Okay.
But no matter what, no way.
Okay, we trust the authorities are listening to you, my dear. Mr. Liburd, good evening. Robberies go on, but these new and bright customs folk want to check what you declare and they find other stuff in there that is not on the invoice, slip all up left. That is theirs. If it is thief thriving from thief, God will laugh. Merry Christmas and see you back on the rock, son. I hear you're bringing a big factory to our country soon. Let them talk. Reads this email. On the Groundless program, I think that message was read before, so I'll go back to the lines. Caller, you live. Hello, caller?
Yeah.
Yes,
Good night, Patricia. Let me tell that caller there, right? I respect people. I respect people's opinion, okay? But when people gonna be crying down their own country, think it's like this. I don't go for that, okay? She talking about she's sorry she didn't take green card. A lot of them take green card and it better than they stop in think it's and build a damn trash house out of the sugarcane branches and live in it. Because some of them get green card and they make no use of the green card, okay? So when she talking about St. Kitts, no, my thing is this. If Chuck not come around and take the waste like all bed and so on, why the people cannot keep them inside the yard, in the back of the yard neatly? And when the government send out a notice on the radio that they will be coming around to take these debris, okay, like all bed and so on, you put it out there. Every section should have a time and a date that these old stuff coming outside by your gate to pick up. So when she come talking about, I respect your opinion because everybody got a phone and they pay the phone bill and they do what they want with the phone. But you don't come on the radio station and degrade you thing when other people come to your country and saying they had such a good time and think it is good and you come talking about yourself. A lot of people come out to think it's any better than stop woman build a trash house. Build a trash house. I'm telling you and I'm asking you, it better than stop in St. Kitts and build a damn trash house. Rather than come out, take the green card and come out, they make no use of the green card. Not for them. I'm telling you, I don't work so hard. Okay? So tell her don't degrade St. Kitts like that. Whether opposition leader or position leader. Okay? Home is home. That's your place. Okay? Tell them to keep the debris in the yard, keep the old bed and in the back of the yard neatly. And my Prime Minister has health department, whoever, give out a specific date in different districts and areas when they're going to pick up these things that you can put them out a certain time, okay? But don't think that because green card, none of them needed to stop home. I'm telling you. And I respect her opinion, but when they're going to be degrading things like that, I am not going to stand for it, okay? Okay? Because I personally thankful for my green card. I'm thankful for America, but I will be gratefully thankful for where I born. Okay? I'm a U.S. citizen for 20 odd years, but I'll be grateful for where I came from. Okay? Every minute, every day of the hour. Okay? So no, I don't want nobody to be pulling on St. Kitts when people go St. Kitts and telling me they had a great time. Okay?
Okay, got you.
Right.
Loud
So
and clear.
I'm telling me, sir, nobody put out nothing on the side of the path and think that they're doing Timothy nothing or who was in power before. They ain't doing nothing. Keep your debris in your yard. When the government gonna send out a notice that every district gonna have something come around and pick it up. Don't degrade in things like that. And like I said, I respect our opinion, but now when people degrading the country like that. And may God bless the Federation of Thinkers and Nevis, and that's it for me for the night. Ian, bye. Love you.
Love you more, my dear. That's what Street Talk is all about. 15 before 10, we go straight back to the lines. Call you live.
Patrick Gamba, let me say to Pat, right? The woman have a right to say what she has to say. Because what she's seeing here, look, I just mentioned the same thing. He has a right to say what she said. starts to stay down there and say what you want to say. But come home and see it. You've been complaining for years. You must have a right. And that's what I'm to call back. To answer back. They should stay down there and say what you want to say, but come home. Be on the ground. I face in a drain every day. I have to ride over it. And I have to be careful because I had a speech about it. I could block me out, so don't compensate me. She has a right to say what she has to say. That is the night.
Yes, my dear brother. We go back to the lines. Caller, you are live. Yes, caller?
Good night, Mr. Ambassador.
How is Ras Aya? Good night.
Give thanks and good night to your listeners over radio and internet. Just calling to put something on the table because you say the open mic. Basically, we know we are heading into the January coming up after this December month, and on the mark of January, you know, there is a celebration always kept by the Rastafari, by the Nyabingi Tiakusiado, where we host for this commemoration of the Buckley Uprising. And just to emphasize that there was a committee established under this administration, and you have seen that the committee is not doing a prominent way that it's supposed to be pursuing for what is able to acknowledge as seeing things pursuing in the way as a monument being honored in the aspect of our ancestors who are being killed, as being killed in the 1935 Buckley Uprising, even to see that we could establish seeing it like be a holiday in the mark of the history of St. Kitts and Nevis, because it's a hallmark that really strive to see that Caribbean democracy have embraced in the whole region and abroad, and to see that we ain't seeing these things coming to a fruition is like a slap in the face. And I calling on the administration to see that we make these work coming to fruition, that the generation could have something to live on, because a lot of people saying that this thing that they enhanced in 1935 really changed the whole climax of the region. And see now Barbados said they established being a republic, which I don't support the word republic, because you still honor some kind of clients of the new world order. The same we have to be liberated, not we are a republic. Because when you're a republic, you still have some kind of demand controlled by the economical powers in the region and even in international shores. So we really have to open up our eyes and see where we're going far from here. Because we say we are in the 21st century and we still can't really put mark on the establishment of what was taken in 1935. Under all administration, from the Thatcher administration, the Simmons administration, the Douglas administration, and until this one, the Honorable Timothy Harris is leading right now. We see that these people is playing a toll against our ancestors. And it's not right to see that something that taking place in 1935, the people still ain't really have a grasp to understand why was that stand taken in 1935.
Which committee are you referring to, though? You referred to a committee. Which committee was established?
The appointment established an uprising committee.
Uprising committee?
Yeah, it was led by who is now a minister, Miss Akila Byron Nisbet. And she in the ministerial post now. She cannot be the chair no more. So we have to see that we establish a new chair so we can see the committee doing functional work that need to be done. Because there's a lot of work need to be really emphasizing, because some information ain't really grasping what certain things have been established and so published in this book, and others who had write about it. And we need to really put out the value facts that we missed out from some of these research that had taken place in the old days. We need to.
But the theocracy order, they're part of the committee?
Yeah, I'm a member. I'm a member, and I have another virgin who is a member, but we don't see the function of the committee doing the work that need to be done, because we are not seeing the reference that we need to just push out that what was said during the establishment of the committee.
That's bad. That's bad. Well, I'll ask a question about that, but I'll take your point.
Yeah, I mean, taking on personal to nobody. I'm just saying that this needs to be said, because no, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm just saying this needs to be said, because I realize that enough people in St. Kitts and Nevis playing a blind eye, and who older than Ras Aya playing a blind eye. Me trying to be no popularity in St. Kitts and Nevis, not in the world, because me don't know who I stand here. I'm a revolutionary, and I'm ready to lick down Babylon system anywhere I stand. Me not fear to say so. I'm ready to put the whole wicked racist system under my feet. Because it's too long now our people have suffered under that yoke of colonialism. And we're still suffering. We say we are an independent nation. We can't make a direct decision how to be independent by our people and the way we pursue our people forward. We cannot, because we're still controlled by that criminal gangster in England who is robbing our people every day because we have our head and our dollar. We got to wake up. You all have a safe night. You be safe, Mr. Ambassador. Give thanks.
Thanks a lot as well. We be safe to my brother, Ras. I call you live.
What is good night again?
Good night, sir.
I so agree with Patricia. You know, Patricia? Because Patricia, most of that things and dirty and all kind of thing with them, I say. So the person basketball got a little problem with garbage or whatever people show. You understand? But it's how you say things. You advertise. You try to advertise the country. Not company where they say your country stink and dirty. And that is, these people coming on the family where they're saying these things. They want to upset with the government because they get what they want and get with the thing. But they think government supposed to give them. The government supposed to support anybody. You understand? Government can't look for everybody. Government can't please everybody. No government, if you representative in the constituency, cannot please everybody, cannot please the EU constituency. You understand? Sometimes you got to look out for the next representative over here. You got to look out for you too.
So what is acceptable to you? Should she come and say it's dirty? Or
no,
not?
that is what we're saying. Oh, I think it is. I should have got a green card, but I have my green card.
Okay,
because I know I already get one child.
But that is so view though. That is so view though with respect politics.
Yeah, I know a lady get one year child. And she went to somebody trying to sink it to hole and live in a different country and come back and then get a benefit from the country out there. And then get a benefit from here either.
Yeah, but that doesn't say she's not entitled to her view.
That is the view.
Mm-hmm.
That is the view, right? But I just didn't walk on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, because of politics, some of them coming out with better politics because they ain't get rid of that. Okay. I say that government must look into this. The ministers or whoever in charge of this thing must look into it. But what we're saying that it's 40 people overseas the car and tell me, people overseas the car and tell me that my house, I just think that I have to think it. I just think that I have to think it. I said, man, let that go so.
But there's
people, and after people around and so, we got garbage and so on, people report it and then who's supposed to look after the slap because maybe they don't support the government and that, and these things happen. You know, Patricia backing you 100%. Patricia is right, backing you 100%. You only been thinking, and you're marking your country. But because of politics, people just want to become more. Think it, that.
Okay. Gotcha, my brother. Let's go back to the lines. At 6 before 10, you're live, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Patches.
Good evening, sir.
It's interesting to listen to some of our people in certain debates. You know, Mr. Politics had a coffin in Bastille when Douglas was in power. I got a picture on my phone. He walked to Bastille with a coffin, was portraying Kwame Sinkit. Mr. Politics, if I'm not working, I'm not. My electricity bill pay, my water bill pay. So either you can't tell me when to go look at a job. You have a job getting easy money. I ain't begging nobody. I'm not working, I'm happy. So when you're saying, you see how some people be, a guy was sitting on a bench today, Mr. Patches, big guy from Monkey Hill. And the guy was discussing about the politics. You know, Mr. Politics tell the man, boy, you're in and out the hospital. But I don't go pray and going out with the man. And these are the kind of people coming on the radio and talking about people, troubling people. They can't even have a discussion. Listen to his argument today. When Douglas was in power, the same Mr. Politics was all over people. We forget that the same Timothy Harris who is the leader today went to St. Vincent and protest. All a placard said no democracy. I mean, think it's like Venezuela. He's the leader today. Why are we so easy to forget these things? Mr. Politics was in Boston with a coffin. I have the picture on my phone. But today, the lady who lives here, as the guy said, who on the ground mustn't say what's going on in the country. Because every time you speak of the truth, you must be muzzled down and shut down. Everybody must have a word. We on the ground, we think it. No man is seeing it. I mean, tonight, I can be honest, went up the hospital today. The neighbor and a lady, they're saying, when we all waiting, saying, I said, no, miss, you have to give the hospital people some of them credit sometimes. But some of us cannot live like that, because when Dougie was in, everything was wrong, everything was bad. There's nothing good went on in St. for Mr. Politics. But look today, the CPL is the best thing. The music festival is the best thing. I remember Black Off 4th Street. So people must be music festival. You had your show up to when the music festival going on, Patches. You were talking, Joe, the carnival in and out. It was okay. So why don't know people, the woman saying what's on the ground. She live overseas, but we here. But we mustn't discuss what's going on the ground in St. Because every time we talk, some people telling us it's politics. When it become politics, then we're not surveying anymore. We can't say we're going on wrong anymore. The lady about unity, she's clear. But Mr. Politics, I gotta grow up. I need to grow up and look at the bigger picture. Stop be blind. Take off your blindfold. Think it belongs to all of us. Because nobody could have protested more than you. Nobody could have talked more than you. And you was okay to do all that. Douglas saying, lock up none of you. I Black Off 4th Street Friday. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was locked up. But today, we're in a state of emergency. We can't talk. We can't do what we like. But Timothy had a placard, no democracy, no peace. But today we must shut down. The woman mustn't say nothing what she's seeing going on in the country. All of a sudden now we call it now the country. Who bring all the flights here? Who bring all the cruise ship here? Who bring all the hotels here? And I call on everything. We got to come better than this. The truth must be told. We've been robbed. Everything going on in the country and nobody wants to say nothing. Listen to the pastor, Lincoln Connor. Oh, you're abusing him now. All they want to do is Mr. Connor now because he speaks out. I don't know what he feels what is right. But we got to stop. And nobody up on the way. If I don't want to work, I don't work. Mr. Politics, man, begging your thing. I fully organized. And if I want to drive on town with a son on a scooter, that is my right. And I don't play with me.
Okay.
Nobody can play with me. I mean, making a joke, you know, because I can stand up for my right. Not one eye is going to play with me because I'm going to fight like the people in the buckles right. And the government is just pass with money with TBC workers. I got to stop playing with people. So, Mr. Politics, I will not be afraid. Why I don't concentrate on the rapists in the village, Mr. Politics? That's what we need to worry about. Worry about the pedophile in the village. That's what we need to worry about. Okay. But the government covering up all the case, delete the mother phone. These are what we need to be talking about. And stop coming trying to attack people. We got bigger problem to deal with. Tell the government stop be so corrupt. Be open, be transparent. That's what I come to do. Have a good night.
Have a good night, brother. That's what Straight Talk is about. We hear the views. Caller, you live.
Patches, he's the most loyalist man in town. He doesn't interfere with all kind of people who are back in unity. So when he come in talking about he don't trouble people, he must stop it.
Okay.
But you see, the sin of the Bible, what that was forbidden, they're not hard to see. They exhibit around all the time. He used to lie when he ready now. He going from the panic factory. Go disrespect the Prime Minister office. If he got something personal about the Prime Minister, let have it out man to man, but don't disrespect the office. And Timothy this and Timothy corrupt and government corrupt and government this. Timothy and make him lose the job is the ignorance why he lose the job and he ain't gonna paycheck coming to him. Timothy ain't earn no money. Why get your act together and stop the lie?
Okay.
Good night, Patrick.
Okay, let's go back to the lines. Call you live. Hello, caller. So
Douglas was called a dictator in this country. It was okay.
How you got back in so fast, man?
It was Douglas was called a dictator.
How you got in so fast? How you got in so fast? Tell me the secret. How you got in so fast?
Just make the phone call.
Okay.
I'm saying though, Douglas was called a dictator by half your callers. It was okay. If I call Timothy a big stone, that's my fundamental right. You guys had people with bumper sticker on the car. He's not my prime minister. So nobody could tell me what to say today. Timothy had a placard saying democracy in a peace. Timothy is an international big stone. That's the facts. I don't like it, take it to heaven. No, I haven't tell me what is a culture. Abusing got no rules, I don't abuse on the radio.
Okay.
So when I like to abuse people culture, I don't abuse people. That's the problem. I want to personal. I don't get personal on the radio. I get personal in the streets. That's how we got culture. That's why I have a problem. I cannot keep a conversation, a sensible conversation. Because all I are blindfolded in this country. Culture, politics, rock, all I are blindfolded. Let us deal with the issues that is in the country, what is affecting us. Stop it. I need to deal with the issues that are going to affect our children of tomorrow.
Okay.
That's why I can't see. Corruption is running wild. Everything is running wild and people mustn't talk. Listen to the pastor, Lincoln Connor, again. Listen to what he said. Listen to the people. Stop lying to the people. The country open up now. Who should come and tourists to walk up and down? But last year, the same set of group of you was telling us who out, stay out. We family mustn't come home. But we did not so much of COVID, but last year we family couldn't come home. This year now, who should back up and down last year? That is okay. What's wrong with that? We want the country open up. But we have to stop keep moving the goalposts all the time.
Can I ask you a question?
Have a good night, huh?
Can I ask you a question?
Ask me a question, Patches.
But is it because of the policy back then in terms of the life before livelihoods? You had to protect life, and that's why they kept the country closed down to keep the isn't that so?
Hear me. Last year, people was asking to go to see the mother. We said no. Don't give me the foolish about life.
No, but
so hold on. We had 40
you're telling me hold on?
Left. Okay? This year, when we got 1,000 cases, we had CPL. We barred our people from coming in last year. That was a personal political move.
You barred people.
I understand this patches, and we honor, but I'm saying to you, that wasn't the problem last year. You guys had a plan to keep out people because of election.
No,
and
that wasn't so. You know that wasn't so. You know that wasn't so. So don't come with that. That's
you're telling me it wasn't so. I'm going to my brother. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you as well, my dear brother. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yes, Patrick.
So
I don't understand you sometimes, right? You allow this guy.
Wait.
Let me talk, man.
No. Please.
He can tell you upon yourself.
No. Please. Let's not go down there. I am going to host this show. I understand what you're saying. You called in twice as well. So what happens if somebody calls in twice?
You can't allow a man to be calling the man a big stone on the station.
But listen to me, man. Listen to me. He's entitled to his view. What is a big stone?
Well, you know what he's talking about.
But I'm asking you, what
he's talking about? I like to be in the company. Because them they have college degree, doctor degree, and they're big stone. I don't got no college degree on them. So I'm proud to be a big stone. You understand me? I am proud to be one. But you see, when Miss Henry called in, and she tried to pass her views and say what you want to say, all in a sudden, she's not suitable on the station and
but that is that station. You can't tell me that will happen on Straight Talk. Straight Talk is entirely different.
I can tell you Straight Talk came for them there, and they gone.
Straight Talk is for everybody, believe it or not, my brother. Caller, you're live. Straight Talk is everybody's program. There's no discrimination here on Straight Talk. Call you live. Unless you're libelous, unless you're defamatory, then you are welcome here. Call you live.
Good night, Patrick.
Good night, my dear.
As with Pat, but you really engage in courses in some stupidness.
I don't listen. I'm not going to.
Yes.
Trust me.
And you must name talk them nonsense and you wait when you think because
no. Please.
Nobody could go another talk. You got talk them stupid.
Please. That is my decision. Really, with that. Okay, I don't consider it disrespectful what he said tonight on this program. I'm not gonna defend what he said on the other program because I don't even listen to the other programs. Okay, so please make your point and leave it to my judgment.
Well, that is my point, and you must stop engaging so long because the same thing over and over.
But how many of us do the same thing? I mean, how many of us do the same thing, saying over and over again? Some are getting
every time you come with this big stone, this.
But make your point, and you make your point. His point about big stone.
You make point, and you have a blessed night.
Have a blessed night as well, my dear caller. You are live. Hello, caller. Stop shouting. Stop shouting. Wait a while. Stop shouting. I want everybody to hear you. Stop shouting. Just talk to your telephone. Are you there? Have a good night. Let's go back to the lines. We take a few more calls before we wrap. Call you live. Hello, caller.
Mr. Patrick.
My dear brother.
I'm going to tell you something. That young man will come on the way there. He neither got respect for God nor man. And I can tell you this just how it is. when you gonna come on a radio station and call down the Prime Minister who God put up, he in serious trouble. He no got no respect. When the Bible saying, let's tell you about what the Bible saying in 1 Timothy chapter 2. And when he say that you must pray for them, make intercession, and them who that are in authority. The Prime Minister is in authority. And God put him there. And when he are going to disrespect the Prime Minister of the country, he's serious. He don't care. But God can deal with the man. And I'm telling you seriously, use the horse, yes. I listen the same thing he do on a panel factory. He want to bring it on straight talk. So he could, when he don't call you all kind of suicide bombers and all those things, no got no respect for nobody. That's it, you have to stop the man there. When he come in, we talking about what the Bible says. The man there is out of order.
Okay. I got you.
Okay.
Got you, my brother. Got you loud and clear. I'm gonna take 2 more calls if they can use 30 seconds. Caller, I'm out of time. I'm gonna guide you by the rules of brevity. Can you use 30 seconds? And only that.
Patches, the power stuff what the Bible man gave you, he's going to piss on at the same tree. See you.
Thank you very much. You can use 30 seconds, caller.
Yes, a pleasant good evening to you.
Good evening,
How are
my
you?
dear. I am peaceful. I can see your dimples.
Okay,
It's a
all
good
right.
call to
That's
make
good.
me smile.
Yes, but I'm disappointed with you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm disappointed with you tonight. Believe it or not. And if you don't you have another house for the year. Let you make me laugh. I'm disappointed with you. Have a pleasant night.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. I'll take this and I'll make this my final call for the night. Caller, you are live. Hello, caller.
Patches,
So,
any man or woman in the Federation of Thinking Nevis cannot get a job in their own country with a band. The same for life, Patches.
okay. I think
So I just want the public out there to know. Any man or woman in the country with a band can get a job from nobody, the same.
okay.
Patches, have a wonderful night.
Have a wonderful night. And that's the way we're going to end it. My lines are going, but I'm out of time. My time is done, and I'm going to run. I find myself at variance with a few callers, but that's what Straight Talk is all about. That's what different views are all about. And on Straight Talk, I am saying, if I did upset some of you, I apologize, but I can tell you, the young man called tonight, and I do not consider what he said tonight on this program disrespectful. If you heard him on other programs, that's fine. I don't listen to the other programs. But tonight I can say I do not consider him, what he said, disrespectful. And I say so with the greatest respect to all. But some other time we'll talk about that. But Straight Talk is a program, you talk straight. It's 10 past 10 o'clock. I started a bit late, so I gave you back your time. But my time is done, and I've got to run. I want to thank all. First of all, I must thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight. And as always, I want to thank you, the many callers. I want to thank the emailers. I want to thank all of you who listen on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and on ZIZ Radio. Remember, you are the ones who make Straight Talk, and for that reason, I say a big, big thank you. I am Ian Liburd, and God's spare. We will connect on Thursday for another edition of Straight Talk. Remember, whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve. But first of all, you got to believe. So when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light and thank Him for taking you through the night. My Straight Talk family, keep moving on. Bye-bye. Until we connect on Thursday.
In the morning